welcome back, us, I guess, is what I would say.
Yeah.
Part 2, Borg Saga, Fate of the Norns, Ragnarok. So, you guys are sleeping in the longhouse that you have been given. How do you guys, you're in a safe village, everything's totally fine. How do you sleep?
Well, the first night, pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We probably
After
have.
spending a couple
Like,
weeks on a boat,
exactly.
it doesn't really matter how careful we are. The first night, we just conk out because
You're no
sleeping
longer on a
boat,
rocking wooden surface. You're on
there's no smelly
Yeah.
goat.
beds.
Is this a question of do we sleep in armor or?
No, I'm more just trying to get the scene ready.
Yeah, I think a dude would miss the rocking of the boat because it makes him feel like a baby being rocked to sleep. So he'd probably try to find out try and string up a hammock or something to try and get that sensation.
Yeah. I am assuming you're not sleeping in your armor, but we don't have to worry in this system. Even putting on your armor in combat is probably still just one rune, even if it doesn't make sense. It's a verb, don armor. So you do it. So it's not actually a huge deal to go to sleep outside of armor.
I think Asdis is probably on one end or the other, just not in the middle.
Fair. Okay. I think I'm gonna need everyone to give me a perception check, please.
I have that.
I do not.
I have that at 1. Would my hold on.
Your power.
Innate sense of danger come in.
As I said, it will
Yeah.
prevent you from being surprised.
Okay.
Is that from cleansing block?
Yes.
I have the same one. I
Okay.
also have an innate sense of incoming danger.
Okay. So what this means is probably, if anything should happen, you will awaken just before it does.
If they are also shooting things at me, I have cat-like reflexes
You
that
are not
allow
being
you to
shot
jump out
at.
of the
Don't
way
worry
at the
about it.
nick of time.
You are not being shot at.
All right. What is perception again? Is that
I'd ask
In this case, it will
what
be
is, but
mental.
I've got one of each.
Hmm?
I'd ask which room
it
we're
is
looking
mental.
at, but I've got one of each, so. One.
I think this is mental because you guys are asleep.
I got green.
I
I
got
have 2
one.
total.
2?
Because I have 1 in the skill and I drew one of my mental runes.
Runar?
1.
Okay. And I'll see how much. You guys won't be surprised, but I'm seeing if anything else more than just surprised happens. Okay. So we see. I think the first thing we see is probably from the perspective of whatever is entering your room. We hear we see the door to your room, which is closed and locked from the inside as normal. Under the door, just a black smoke seems to blow in and trail inside under the door. It gathers slowly into the shape of a humanoid, large, tall, thin, like 8 feet, but twig thin, with limbs ending in claws, and a head with shadowy fangs.
I don't like this person.
At this point, you're all still asleep. We see it sees all 4 of you in bed and asleep, and it sneaks over towards the center of the room. We see it. We see some of you awaken and look around, thinking you might have heard something, but it seems to blend supernaturally into the shadows, and it must have been the wind.
Yeah, a dude will literally say, "It must have been the wind." Just go back to sleep.
And we see it sneaks over to the far side of the room in one of the corners where Asdis sleeps. And it raises shadowy claws just as it is about to strike. Wisdom and Audun, you both get this sickening sense of danger that wakes you up. You look over, and you see it. This creature of shadow. So, we will have a surprise round for it, but Wisdom and Audun are both able to act this round. Runar and Asdis, you are waking up as all of this happens, and will not act this first round. We can roll initiative, but also here is a battle map for everything going on. You guys are in this room here, and the creature itself is right here. It looks roughly like this.
Creepy.
Yeah,
Right.
shadowy. I
Mhm.
can't click my token though.
That
I
must.
can't either.
I
Me
will.
neither.
I will do that. I didn't copy it over. I just brought it over from the I drag and drop it from the actual Roll20. So let me give you permission over it. So let's see what we got here. This is Audun. Save. Now you should be
Yes.
able to. And Audun, I need to make sure your token defaults to a version that that actually you control over.
Mhm.
And I'll do that with everyone. Wisdom, you should have yours now, and now all future drag and drops will use it.
All right.
Runar, you are good as well. Let me know if it isn't working.
Okay.
There it is.
You know, I swear I added that thing that Eagle gave me to my sheet the last time, but it's not
The
here.
boots.
Yeah.
They're in the handout still. Like it's
Yeah.
under
Oh,
the
that's right. There's
saga
a
and
handout.
treasures.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay. There we go.
Okay. We discovered a couple of things about different types of spells, didn't we, earlier, Marissa?
Yes. One. Bleh. To speed go through it, rune spells. I think the special thing about rune spells is that you can automatically change it from between range or amplify if it's got those tags by paying one minor sacrifice. So it's a good way to
If
get
it has range, you can pretend it has the amplify tag option, and
Or
the other way around.
When we looked at the way that area tag seems to work, it seems like spell songs are automatically centered on you, not on somebody else.
Mhm.
Unless range is actually used to center them on somebody else.
And Seath spells?
And Seath spells, this is me having done poorly. If I am possessed, I can freely choose to add an amplify, range, or area to all of my Seath spells. But of course, I have to be possessed in that case.
And that's for free.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Seems
you
like
want to be possessed?
Yes.
Seems like the combo is you have two Sithkonas in your party. They possess each other.
And then they just
they
play as each
control
other.
I've got a lot of spells that let me possess myself. I just haven't done it because then I give up possibility of my runes.
So you just feedback loop Sithkonas.
It's a thing. Okay, I'm removing
Okay.
initiative, and then let's everybody roll a d100.
No,
Oh, we did.
I got 100. Thank you very much. I
They
can't
were
imagine-
both in there too.
Oh, I didn't see that. I will re-add them right now.
I am
Okay.
shocked. I don't see what good that roll will do, but I'm pleased.
Yay, I'm last.
And the creature
You had a deep sleep, homie.
rolls a 43.
Ah.
So it goes first. Some of the people who are awake.
Well-
Actually, Wisdom goes first.
And if are we
Oh, right, you're-
what is what's it called? At
The tactician.
yeah, the tactician. I have that.
You can use Tactician.
I would like to use tactician to go before it.
All right.
I will as well. In that case.
Okay, I'm checking something real quick. I have quite a few different upkeep things for this creature. Well, we're not doing upkeep. Firstly, we weird, so let's do that.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming the people who are asleep do not.
People who are asleep, no, not this turn. You do not weird.
Sounds good.
I will weird. What is that? R and N. Radho, Hagalas. That I always weird those. Yeah.
Here we go, and I will weird for it. Okay. All right. For upkeep for itself, I think we're good to move to upkeep then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noticing two of you awake, the creature immediately, seeming to be able to tell, will blend itself in shadow, gaining level 1 of the shroud condition. Which means shroud means basically you're going to have to pay to it. It's going to be difficult to attack. You have to pay extra runes to attack it, I think, the first attack. Each round.
Okay.
But
Well,
if it doesn't
with
get
my
attacked,
Marissa, what did you say?
with Shroud, if someone with Shroud doesn't get attacked, it immediately automatically goes up next upkeep and gets worse.
Yep. It blends into the shadow as it does that. Indigo?
So with my upkeep, I step up to the shadow monster.
All right. It, of course, notices that. And then it is going to use its own tactical advantage that it has as well to respond by stepping away from you and into the corner. Actually, it's just going to go back here onto the bed.
So annoying. Can't attack it now.
But it's
you are
cornered itself.
as a reminder, you have no weapons right now. You would need to spend a rune to pick up a weapon that I assume you're sleeping next to, or don your armor that is also, I'm assuming, nearby.
I'm assuming we don't have to move to wherever our weapon or armor is. We can just.
I assume it's within arm's reach. Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else during upkeep for those of you who are awake?
Yeah, I just move ahead of the shadow, and then Zen, you wanted to move after I moved.
Mm-hmm.
Does.
Runar, you're not awake, I think.
Oh, does he not get upkeep if he's not awake?
I mean, I don't think so. It's hard to move. When
Okay.
You just. I think
That's
you're still surprised, so you missed this whole round.
okay.
Okay. So Wisdom.
Well,
What do
I
you
guess
do?
I spend a rune to grab my sword from the pile.
Mm-hmm. The pile of swords that you have.
You probably did leave it on the table.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can't do much else because it costs 2 runes to hit it, and I no longer have 2 runes.
You could move next to it, just so because you can't move through an enemy space, right? Unless
No.
this guy has a special ability to. So if you move here and I move here, it's trapped between us and Asdis. Like it could try and go this way, but then
It's a shadow monster. It can try to go through the wall.
Yeah.
true.
It's made as inky black shadow and death or something, not like people parts.
Mm-hmm.
You could put on some armor.
Yeah, I guess
As a-
I'll also.
As a heads up, this is likely to be one of the hardest fights around. There are reasons for this, but I would not be entirely surprised if some of you did not make it past this fight. Be
Oh
warned.
Jesus!
Well, all right, we're starting off big, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, I throw on my jerkin as I get out of bed. Like, I pulled out my little leather jacket, and then I run up to the table and I grab my sword.
Okay.
And I bare my teeth at the shadow monster.
So you have your armor, you have your sword. Perfect. Audun, what do you do?
My fists are my greatest weapon, so I will spend a rune to just move.
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to spend my Raidho rune, right? Yes. I spend this rune to move next to it. So that is going to be because I don't have armor on, I can move. Well, I can move 3 anyway. So I'm gonna go there. I have so just so I know how Shroud works, if it doesn't get hit this turn on its next upkeep, it's
It will have
going
Shroud
to.
2.
Okay.
Shroud 2 doesn't
it-
matter.
Shroud 2 doesn't matter. If it does get up to Shroud 4, though, then it's half our runes to attack the thing and gets to be a problem.
I think because I have my cleansing block rune right now, I could try and wait for it to attack, and then I could use that to get rid of its shroud. But
That might be
then
the
I'm not using
gambit.
my.
That might be
But then
the
I'm not
gambit.
using my void rune for anything, right? I have 2 runes left. It's gonna take 2 runes to attack it, or I hope it hits me, and I try to use my Hoglass.
You could word the contingency if it attacks. Then it doesn't matter which of it attacks, but I think that Shroud would still make it so that you'd have to.
Can I block someone else's attack? Like if it attacks someone else?
No.
Sadly, no.
Okay,
So
I
you
think
could you could void rune.
You can block by physically getting in the way, but that's it.
What's your void rune do again?
the headbutt. That's the one that makes it vulnerable.
I think you wait for the cleansing block because it can knock down the aura.
Yeah, but then I have to hope it hits me. Otherwise, I'm like my whole turn is done. So I think I just hit it, and then force its shroud to go away.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause
But
I
they
can
can bring it back at the next upkeep. It's really
Yeah, but
moot
then at
point.
least it's
We'll
not
see.
at 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will hit it. So I have to spend my other rune because of shroud.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Okay, and then I will use my void rune to do my headbutt move.
Okay. So your head bash
yeah, head
move,
bash.
I see it. Are you using any meta runes for it? You don't have any more runes to spend?
I don't have any more runes. It's an unarmed attack action that applies a vulnerable condition with a +1 intensity. He could use a physical rune to counter that. It will be a base of, because of my fangs, that is going to be plus. Oh, hold on, because we're level 10. No, wait. We started at 9, didn't we?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now we're level 10.
Yes.
Yep.
So you
Okay,
get a
cool.
whole extra bonus to your things because of your
Yeah,
fangs.
so I think the unarmed attack is normally what? It's normally just like a 1.
Armor attack is normally 1. Yes, it's your
Okay.
size minus 3.
So it is now 4 damage with 3 pierce.
Your unarmed attacks are monstrous.
4 damage with 3 pierce.
Yes.
I can't remember. Does pierce parry as well as evade, or is it or do parry and does pierce go bypass parry and armor?
Checking now, but the control function here is if.
I don't even know where to check.
Parry just stacks on top of armor. Right?
I think so, which is why I'm checking.
Gain damage or pierce bonuses. No, I don't think that. Points of defense that are ignored when attacking.
Let's see here.
Nullifies defense, if any. It is subtracted From PF protection factors and parry values.
Okay, perfect.
Under equipment.
In that case, he
She wants
does
to
not
parry me.
parry.
Okay.
What was the condition? The condition is vulnerable?
It is vulnerable.
Okay, he will negate that with a... Well, is he
Physical
going to
route.
defend this turn at all? No, I'm not going to negate that. He can minor sacrifice to get rid of it if he needs to next round.
Okay. Do I see that? Do I do any damage to him with my head?
You do, actually. You see that despite this creature made of shadows, going into it feels like you're dunking your head in cold water for a sec. The smoke is so thick. And yeah, you in fact deal full damage to it. 5, you said it was?
It is 4 damage with 3 pierce.
Okay. 4 damage is dealt to it.
And I just sit there putting up my dukes.
Yep.
Gonna fight a shadow demon with
I'm
your bare
I'm
hands.
shadow boxing right now.
Perfect.
Awful.
So, quick question on Shroud. Is it just the first person that attacks them, or every person? 'Cause it does say once the cost is paid, actions can be performed as usual in the round against the target with Shroud.
Yes, so just the first time they are attacked that round.
I think it is per person, though.
That's not what was just described, though.
Okay, I'll go read it. But yeah.
Shroud is surprisingly common for
Yes.
powers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It says, as usual, in the round, which means that's more than just the turn to me.
Anyone who wants to target a shrouded individual. That tells me that it's more than one.
I think in this case, I would just go with it's the whole round to pierce the shroud.
Well, once the person has been hit, the shroud is gone, because that's decreases any intensity.
Yeah,
as
immediately
long as
after
the
yeah, so
advantage
shroud
only
is gone
one.
right now anyways.
Mhm.
But it's
But
a way
if
from
they had
2.
Shroud 3, then it would still be an issue.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so yeah, it looks like basically every time it isn't just once per round then. So you pay the cost every time, and then shroud goes away each time until you're down to shroud's
To
gone.
0 shroud. Okay, got it. So now the shroud is gone.
Now the shroud is gone, that's correct.
For now.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, for now.
Okay. Well, the creature is going to go now.
Mhm.
Asdis.
Mm.
Oh, is it going to be?
I did just hurt it with
Okay.
my fists.
If you're asking for it, sure.
Please. I have heal.
The creature turns
Thank
to you and sends, and I think it just reaches one of its hands forward, and smoke tendrils come out of its hand and shoot up your nostrils, into your ears, into your eyes. It is going to possess you.
Ooh, that's bad.
It is going...
Can you heal that? Is that how your heal works?
I mean, I have a lot of heal.
Let's, hold on, let's do this one thing at a time.
If it goes to drain, you can't heal it.
I know.
It
I
is
just hope
going
it doesn't go
to
drain.
amplify its possession of you. Yes. Twice. Different colors.
Sure at it.
Dealing, after everything is done,
Okay.
6 spiritual damage and level
Okay, so
3
one,
possession.
3, 4, 5. So 1 goes into drain,
Mm-hmm.
and it's possessed me how hard?
Level 3 possession, which means all 3 colors, it amplified it twice, all 3 colors, all of your runes are now not under its control directly, it does not have Puppet Master, under the control of a neutral third party.
I think this is time to go over the things we realized about possession.
Yes. If you look in Discord, we
so-
talked about possession, there are ways to play around it.
So 1 goes to drain.
1 goes to wound.
1 goes to stun, I think, actually, if it's 6 damage.
Well-
Oh yeah, no, sorry, 6 damage, so just go straight to
1,
drain.
2,
1 to
3,
drain
4,
and that's
5,
it.
6. Yeah.
Yep.
Can't heal that. And then I'm possessed.
Possess level 3. Level 3
Oh, I forgot. There's more than one wound. Stop.
Yeah.
Like, that seems...
Okay, and then
Yes. So with possession specifically, did I put it in here? Yes. Perfect. Jordan, can you please draw one rune, please, from the general pile? Let me shuffle it and make sure it is good, because we need to figure out what type of spirit you have been possessed with.
Hopefully a physical one. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Boop. Yeah!
Wants to kill the closest combatant. Okay, good. So
Now, all three of your runes, because you're possession 3, so all 3 of your kinds of runes are taken over, except for
Oh.
void.
Dang it.
Yep.
However, apparently you still have control of those runes during your upkeep, so you can play one of them each upkeep to decrease your possession.
Yes.
And set contingencies as you want.
Yep.
So it only controls them when they're in my hand?
It only controls
Yeah.
them during the action phase, is what the spirit does. So if you use them outside of the action phase, you're good. If you ever become possessed level 4, you cannot reduce your own possession. Someone else has to do it.
Got it. Okay. So I want to hit the closest thing.
Yes, which luckily is also the shadow creature.
And I get to choose which closest thing?
No, nope, you would not. In which case, if Runar is not yet a combatant, not that you have any more runes this round, when Runar becomes a combatant, I would literally just like roll a d2 each action.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
The creature is not done. The next thing the creature is going to do is... That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. It is going to spend a rune to move in between all 3 of you.
10, 11,
And then it...
How many moves to make it out of the longhouse?
Yeah. And then it is going to strike at all 3 of you with shadowy claws using a multi-tag.
Okay.
And amplifying the damage. You each feel weakened as the shadowy claws seem to almost just pass straight through your armor. All of the damage that this thing deals is not physical, it is all spiritual, even with its normal attacks.
Why? This is so garbage. Why do you keep throwing spirit monsters?
I
against
know
the sword
specifically why this creature is here. It's up to you to find out.
Now, was this someone plotting against us?
I mean, there's only one person plotting against you.
I mean, I do have a thing that says when someone's plotting against you, you get an omen.
Mm-hmm. You got some omens last session.
I did. But I thought that, is this the queen fucking with us from so far away?
Shadow creatures make sense.
Apparently we pissed off Melisandre and...
Oh, that makes sense. That makes so much sense.
So I take a buttload of it. How much damage do I take?
So, yes. So firstly, you each take... It's amplified. 10 spiritual damage.
Oh god.
With 5 pierce. In case you had spirit, in case you had any spirit,
armor.
in case you had spirit armor, it pierces 5 of it.
Wait, what? Hold on.
So all 3 of you each take that. You also have level 2 vulnerability. All 3 of you. So defend actions after this attack. If you're defending this attack, it'll be fine. But after this attack, you have level 2 vulnerability, which means defenses are weak.
Okay, so for some reason my stun button, even though it just worked, is no longer working. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I assume this goes to drain.
Going to the battle map to check.
Yeah, it sends 1 straight to drain, and then the 1 immediately after
6.
the log ship.
And then 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe I'm bloodied.
Good.
I have 7, right? Wait, how many runes do I have? Go to my rune page.
What's your destiny?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 runes.
Then half of them
3
are...
of them.
Yeah,
Yes,
you are bloodied.
You have 3 of them.
I get so
in
much
the...
better when I'm bloodied.
Yay!
and a 50% chance to do that to a friend.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. Oh, wait, but if I control my upkeep, you go up before the shadow, I go down after you, and you can move out of the way.
So that's
We're
its
vulnerable.
turn.
You said we are vulnerable too?
Level 2
Oh, right.
vulnerable is what you also all have.
You can
Okay.
spend your runes.
It is a physical rune to negate
a Dune
that.
can spend a minor sacrifice to reduce vulnerability and the enchantment. And
The minor
possession,
sacrifice
so that's
each, yes.
a minor sacrifice. But their goal is to get rid of all your runes so you don't hit us with your big meaty fists.
Sacrifices will come from essence if you have them, but then yes, they can come from in play.
And then you just use your heal skills to heal them back up.
Yep.
Oh wait, I'm gonna heal this
level
one
2.
where I'm no longer bloodied when I'm done with upkeep.
Well, you do the minor sacrifices first.
Yeah.
No, but heal doesn't worry about that because minor sacrifice is to stun, and then recover is from stun.
Right. But doesn't it pull from the highest one first or the lowest?
Lowest.
Recover pulls from stun. Recover.
Right,
is
right.
Recover or
to
stun
essence.
only, yes.
Yeah, it's
Right,
stun to
but-
essence to recover.
But if I minor sacrifice first, right, and then I heal,
You'll take
do
from the
those ones in
highest.
stun? Oh,
No,
it
no.
goes from stun first.
Healing
Yeah.
comes from highest, yeah.
But you don't heal from stun to essence. Heal goes from everything up.
Well, heal
Yeah.
would go from stun to essence.
Well,
Does it?
yeah, if I have stuff in stun, if I don't
No.
It's the
clean
first thing
from
healed.
stun first, they'll pull from stun
Yeah.
and then
Alright,
go
alright.
from the other one.
Okay. That's its turn. That is all of its actions. Runar, you wake up.
I'm asleep. Yep.
Asdis,
Oh.
you
Shit.
already woke up.
You woke up in horrible
Let's
pain.
clean up. And weird. Remember, I don't think any of us. We all should be good. I think the
Oh,
cleanup
I hit him.
should.
We missed my retaliatory strike with my
He
long
does
sword,
get a
with my
retaliatory
broad
strike.
sword.
Oh, automatically with your passive.
It's my passive. Like, which one is it? It's not the Rune of Blood. It's the Rune of Retribution.
Nice. Make an attack against it.
Yeah. Well, it's not an attack.
Oh, it just takes
Immediately
damage.
deal
Happens.
damage. It just damage.
How much damage?
So damage factor 3 with Pierce 2.
Okay. It takes 3 damage.
So, how do you want to handle this card I drew? Do I leave it there, or do you want to put it back in the deck, the rune deck?
I will recall it when we need it. When we need
Okay.
another rune. Right now, we don't need one from there. And this is just we know the spirit inside you wants to just kill the nearest combatant. So yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Oh, so clean up and then weird again?
Clean up and then weird again. And then we can do our upkeep stuff, which I'm sure, because I think almost everyone has a condition except Runar, will be doing stuff with that.
Okay, and then when you make a minor sacrifice, is it from the hand?
When you make a minor sacrifice, it's from essence first, unless essence is empty.
Essence
then
first.
it's from the hand.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to make, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have one more rune in essence. I will do a minor sacrifice first from there. So I'll just click weird again. It says my bag is empty.
Let me shuffle it. Just in case it got weird. Pun not intended. That's the wrong character. There's Audun. Yeah, I have to shuffle it. All cards are in play, it says. There are no cards to shuffle.
I should have one more.
Yeah.
Oh, did you not put in my...
Oh yeah, you didn't. Add the
Oh,
new
I didn't know you
class.
had that. Okay, yeah.
That's because
Yeah.
he didn't save it for the. He didn't save it to increase destiny. He put it straight.
Yeah, and
into
we didn't
the,
upgrade that with
Yeah,
your
into
character.
the rune
Okay.
bag.
So I should have an
So-
Elhaz rune.
I need to rebuild your character. This might get weird. You have an Elhaz rune. We'll probably have to we might have to resort all of your runes.
Do you want me to just clean everything up first, and then I can...
If you can, actually, I'll just take a screenshot real quick
Yeah,
of where.
because
each
literally
thing
it's
is.
everything but the Elhaz.
Okay, I have a screenshot of where everything is.
All right, I'll clean it up.
clean it all up. I will rebuild the character. This will not take long.
I know the 2 I had in hand.
And your character, I need your entire character name, which is, I'm just copy pasting that.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Let me check. Audun the Eradicator. I see an Elhaz, right? That should have one?
Yes, it should be an Elhaz.
6 runes total?
Yes.
Perfect. Then you are good. You can take them out and put them back.
I just weirded all of them so I can put them back. I'm pretty sure my man one was down there.
Yes, it was.
Elhaz was the one I was gonna minor sacrifice to put the stun. I don't know where that
one
F was.
And then the F was here.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I had these 2 in hand.
Yep. That's right.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay. So I'm minor sacrificing there to put down the possession 1.
Okay, so it's level 2. So I am going. Let's roll. We never actually chose because it went straight up to all 3. We never selected the order that the runes were done in. So I'm going to recall the general rune deck. So this will be in order from first. The first one drawn is the last one that'll go away.
The first one drawn. Okay, so just draw a rune from this deck.
Yeah, draw a rune from this deck, and we'll keep drawing until we get all 3 colors. It's the order we get all 3 colors that matters.
So I got blue first.
Okay, so you're still possessed in blue, and then you're still but you have red back.
Oh wow, I have my 1 red.
You have control over your red. Yep.
Okay.
Good thing it's in drain.
Yep.
Good thing it's in drain.
And then let me check possession, because some things will allow you to reduce them twice, both by a minor sacrifice and also possession lets you play any rune during upkeep. So something from your hand goes into in play to also reduce it by another amount. Because lots of things can be reduced twice per round. One is minor sacrifice, all conditions. One is specific per condition. So possession says you can also play a rune to reduce it.
I will play my Raidho rune to in play to reduce it again.
Okay, so it's level 1.
I don't care about.
Access
I don't really care about vulnerable 2.
Yeah, so only blue runes are possessed now by you.
Okay, and then I will contingency that to if he attacks me, I will use my cleansing block, which I believe that is the N, right? The blue N. Yes.
If he attacks me is all you've got to say there, but yeah.
Yeah, if he attacks me.
Perfect.
And then I can do Healy stuff, right?
Yeah, you can use your other passives as well.
Upkeep.
Yep, we're all still in upkeep.
So I heal.
Yeah, I can heal too.
This goes to Essence 1.
The creature gains level 1 Shroud again. Every upkeep.
Rolling Pack Howl. I heal 3 from here, so that goes back into Essence. I'm no longer bloodied.
This is all upkeep, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're all in upkeep. During upkeep, the creature can move. I think it's happy where it is right now, so I might still move later, but right now it's good.
Does it control my Void Rune, by the way?
Oh.
Depends what color your Void Rune is.
There is one more
spiritual.
thing. It didn't make a normal attack action. It just used special actions. So I don't think that matters. That's how I would assume it. Generic things that are like passives that affect generic attacks. Something is like on your first attack action of the round. I don't know if that would be any type of attack or a special attack.
I think it depends on how it's spelled.
A capital
is it
A.
like big A or little A?
It's big A.
Yeah.
Big A didn't matter. Yeah, big A is the specific attack.
I thought so. So yeah, no, that
not like a rune
did not
spell
happen.
or something. Little A is different.
I think it also depends on the rune spell because I have rune stuff that says attack with big A.
Yeah,
that's true. Let me check
means
that.
Also, if it's rune stuff that says attack with big A, it means it falls in the category for like the things for first attack.
You're right, and it does. It used a shadowy head bash multi attack last time, which is unarmed attack action. which means its passive triggers pounce. Your first attack action of the round, which means all three of you, because it multied it, inflicts the impeded condition with +1 intensity.
Ooh, hold on. I think I
So
have
you
the
guys
thing
would
for
have
this.
received impeded as well, which you can also do something to get rid of in upkeep.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
care
gonna
enough
do
about it.
another. I'm gonna do. How many minor sacrifices can you do during upkeep for conditions?
1 per condition.
Oh, so I'm gonna minor sacrifice again to get rid of the impeded condition, and I
Perfect.
recover like
4 or something.
5.
Yeah, so you're fine.
I recover a
Um,
bunch of stuff, so
Is it impeded 1? or
Impeded
2?
level 1.
Okay.
I did 2 minor sacrifices to clear the one of each condition, and then I have another passive that just says clear one level of vulnerable. So the conditions are all.
And then it only has control of my mental runes now?
Well, a third-party spirit does, yes.
Okay. That's fine, because my void rune is spiritual, so I can still bonk them if I need to.
Perfect.
what's the thing that lets you clear up?
Lets you clear a condition?
Oh, it's this. Sorry, I have another thing that messes on upkeep, but it's aura condition specifically.
Okay.
Mhm.
I am ready to go. I don't think, as I said, I don't think it's going to move right now. You're, it seems to think it has the advantage.
Zen, do you want to move up 1 and I'll move down 1? So you have a chance to move away from me?
I actually recovered 9.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because I have 2 things that give me recover 4, and then everyone recovers 1.
Yep.
So I recover 9 during upkeep.
Crazy.
Yeah, I definitely want to go before this thing does, because if I can do some mental damage, I can potentially help.
Okay.
And then once he moves up, I will move down below him.
Okay, so you go. Runar goes before Audun.
Yes.
Okay. I think it is going to probably stay where it is, I think. Yeah, it's gonna stay where it is. Asdis.
Right. Many difficult decisions upon waking up. I think I'm going to use my Perthor rune, whatever that is, Ewell rune, to move, getting behind names, behind Wisdom there.
Okay.
And then I am going to pay my Void rune in order to be able to attack it with my, whatever that C rune is, Perthor rune, which is Soul Transfer. Inflict the possessed condition with a +1 intensity on an opponent and apply Shroud to myself.
Okay. Now it has Shroud on itself already.
Which is why I paid a rune to be able to hit it.
Perfect. So its Shroud disappears as you hit it. And then, how much spiritual damage do you do? You do not have.
No spiritual damage. I just possessed it and got trapped myself.
Okay.
Sadly,
Level
no
1
spiritual
possession.
damage.
Let's make sure all the runes are back, and then see what type of. Do you want to draw the card for what type of thing you have
Sure.
access
All
to?
the runes back?
Yep.
Draw 1. It is hidden by my turn order. Blue!
Oh, I forgot to mention. What is the? It would play a rune to counter possession if possible. What type
It
of?
would, but I moved away from it. So it can't
No, not.
counter the
It can't counter the
spell.
spell,
Let me
but it
check
can
its
counter
possession.
the possession by playing presumably a spiritual rune.
Yeah, let me just check that.
I think it's
It says
spiritual rune.
counter S. Yeah,
Yeah.
spiritual.
Okay. It will play a spiritual to counter that. It has lots of runes. It doesn't want you to have access to them.
I still wanted that Shroud gone.
Fair.
Oh, did he do his vulnerable? Because he was vulnerable from me.
He's not parrying anything. He didn't take any damage.
Right? Did he minor sacrifice earlier?
Oh, to get rid of the vulnerable.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder. I will write down that he is level 1 vulnerable.
Yeah, level 1.
Okay. Yes, he did. He didn't have any
Okay.
other conditions, so we would just minor sacrifice and then healed it right back up.
Oh wait, but wisdom would have hit before upkeep.
He didn't parry anything, so vulnerable wouldn't have mattered.
Vulnerable just.
Oh,
to-
it's just for parrying, right?
defenses are worse.
Yes, it's parry.
Okay.
It's parrying only, I think. Yes, and evade. Parrying and evade is what it halves. But
Yes.
it hasn't parried anything yet. Okay. It played a
And
spiritual
I cannot
rune.
put that mental rune back in the deck. Sorry.
I will got it. I'll got it. There we go. Okay, that's your turn.
That's it. Yes, I woke up and scrabbled to safety.
Wisdom.
Yep. I'm gonna chant some arcane garbage.
You're casting
And-
a spell.
Yes, I'm sticking my sword in the ground and doing the Becken Jotunheim.
Okay.
I
It will
create
spend a rune
wizard
to cancel your
inside-
spell.
Hmm?
It will spend a rune to cancel your spell because it's in melee with you. It interrupts you. It literally sends smoke into your mouth while you're chanting.
I'm trying to. Is there a thing about rune spells for that? Am I?
I think
It's an
all types of
alchemist spell.
spells, all types of spells can be canceled in that way. Specific
Can I
runes-
drop another rune to
do it again.
stop them?
You can't cancel this type of cancellation. You can try to do it again if you want to, but that's it. I don't think you can because each rune
I
is down
can't
to.
do it twice
Yeah.
because it's not my.
It's a
'Cause it's
It's
specific
only
power.
tied to one rune.
Becken Jotunheim is Alka spell. I don't know if he can counter Alka spells, or is it just all spells?
All
think it's all
spells can be
spells, though.
countered. Each type of spell is a normal type of as a generic spell plus an extra thing, like Seath is what it means. Yeah, it counters the spell.
Well, garbage.
You could spend a rune to hit it.
You made it spend another rune. You're using up its actions too.
I kind of need to keep the other rune to counter things.
Hoping it's you.
I was going to use it to amplify the spell. So I think that's about it then. That was my turn.
Okay.
Because hitting does basically nothing.
Well, you can counter its spells in the same way if it does anything.
Yeah,
like that.
that's why I'm
True.
holding on to my second rune, but I only have 2 runes, so it's not like I have a lot on my turn.
Runar, what do you do?
Well, what am I doing? Let's see here. I am. Yep. Let's pile it in. I don't know what this is gonna do to my friends, but oh well.
Oh no,
we're gonna
I
find
don't like
out.
where that's going.
So, I believe what I need to do for Devour Thought is, yes, add an area to it. And adding area to an already area spell should encompass a bunch of this.
If it already has an area tag automatically, which I think it does for any of your songs, then yes, you can use a second area to ignore allies for the effect if it's a detrimental effect.
Oh, it doesn't increase the area?
You can choose one or the other.
Okay. Then I need to choose to increase the area because I'm not getting any closer to this thing.
Okay.
I
And
assume I'm getting hit with this.
I think number 1 of area already would hit that thing. Like it's from
one
2
of
to
area
4.
would already. Okay.
I
So
think,
then,
yeah, it's 2
I'll
hexes
use
away.
then I'll use the area to ignore allies.
Okay. So Auduna is the
Sure,
only one in
you're-
range, and it can now ignore him.
Yep. So what that's going to do for Devour Thought is, let's see. I got some passives here. Hang on one second. So there's a passive +1 focus. So that's 3 mental damage, and I heal 6. I don't need it, but I am.
Okay. 3 mental damage.
Which cool.
I mean, it's about to go, so it's hand.
Okay. So it loses 3 runes. I'm going to figure out for just a sec what 3 runes it will.
How many runes does this thing have? How is anyone supposed to fight anything? This thing draws like 8? Because we already took out 3. This is another 3, so that's 6 runes. I have 2.
Well, the first 3 I think were taken from Essence. Oh wait, no, because it countered one of your things. It
That's a
countered
hand.
being possessed.
So that's 2 runes that it should
That's
be drawing in
5.
a hand.
Yeah, that's 5 runes so far, but once again, I draw 2.
Hmm.
And
This
but
might
it's
have a
5
higher
runes, but it has to, but we have to pick which runes it is,
Oh,
so it
wait.
means it has at least 1 more. So it has at least 6 runes.
Hang on. Sorry. Oh no, that's attack. Casting a spell is not an attack action, correct?
Correct.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, since I did my thing, I'm going to move my 3.
And it took 3 damage, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. So 3 of them, 3 runes would go from in hand to stun. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's gonna count.
Let's hope he doesn't have any more actions.
He has at least 1 more action. We're gonna find out, and it's gonna hurt. Okay, that's all we need to know.
And I'm moving away.
Yep, there's still smoke pouring out of my ears.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Audun, what do you do?
With the only rune that I have to work with, I'm going to headbutt him again.
Okay.
So that will be. I'm not bloodied anymore, which kind of sucks, but that's fine.
Oh, wait a minute.
I've healed. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, I would have
Although
got
I-
so much more damage.
Yeah, I've got the same thing.
4 damage with 3 pierce.
Okay. 1, 2,
Oh, shit.
3, 4.
I forgot about my void rune. I should have amplified that.
We still have a rune then in waiting?
Yeah.
Okay. And
And it's vulnerable again.
it's vulnerable again. Okay, I will write that down.
It's a vulnerable 2 now?
No, it canceled it before because it just immediately healed 1.
Oh,
stun.
okay,
So
right.
now it's vulnerable 1.
I guess if it's parrying that, it's also a back attack on that case.
It is not parrying it. It just took the damage. It doesn't seem very self-defense focused at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Not until it gets to its 2nd health bar.
So how many runes have we sunk so far?
5.
If you
5
want,
Five from its
you
hand.
can spend a rune to find out more information about it. I will just tell you it and it is true.
Isn't it a mental assess room that's a move?
Mental assess, yes, that's what it is. Mental assess
One of the
action.
standard actions.
But for now, Audun, do you have any runes that are possessed right now? I do not think you do.
It is in my contingency, so no.
Okay. Then, on this creature's turn, I think it's going to move. Yep. It moves right over here to Runar, who dealt mental damage to it. And then it will swipe at you with shadowy claws.
He's got 7 runes.
Well, so far 7 runes for destiny.
Dealing 8 spiritual damage.
At least level 13.
Mauling you.
And
Oh, I
At
played a
least level
mauling
21.
rune.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing I can do to negate that with just a spiritual rune, is there?
It is not inflicting a condition, so no. And no, it is not a spell attack.
You can defend with that rune.
Yeah, can you parry?
Yeah, with my no equipment, sure, I can parry.
Oh, okay, well. I gotta
Doesn't
teach
really
you some
make
kung
much
fu, man.
difference.
Runar is like in his underpants, just like, ah!
Underpants and loot.
Okay, 8 spiritual damage is dealt to
Grab the
you.
loot first.
8 spiritual damage. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
I almost want it to hit me one more time, because then I get all
Where's
my
my
cool
wound
bloody
thing?
stuff.
Oh, I never put it in my bar. That's why. Wound.
And then it ends its turn.
No. Okay.
7 runes in hand.
Its
Okay.
minimum level right now is 21, and that's assuming it draws every single rune every turn, which I did.
And we've
would it
stunk it.
have
We've
more?
no, we've damaged it. At
We've
least
damaged it twice already. 3 times,
6.
because wait,
What's
did
the
your
total
possession do any
damage?
damage?
No. Nothing
Okay,
this
so I hit it first, then
For
you
how
hit it
much
as
do
a
you, how much
reaction.
do you hit it for?
I
What's
hit
your
it for
head-
4.
4.
So I've dealt
4.
8 to it.
That's 8, and I do 3. That's 11
that's-
damage.
That should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 2 runes in death
Yeah,
if
2
it doesn't
in
have any
death.
heal.
2 in death, and then 1 more before that. It definitely has
One more
some
in
sort
stun.
of heal.
Yeah.
There's
Okay,
4
clean
in
up.
stun now.
Let's weird the next thing. Let's see how
Okay,
things
so-
go.
Yeah.
Clean up and then weird, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So you weird first and then do your sacrifice. I draw
You
the
weird
same
first,
runes.
and then upkeep happens.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
this is like the
Okay, we
last
can do
round
this.
we're doing for tonight, I think.
This will be
What's
probably. Let's see how it goes, but yeah.
Mhm.
Last round was
Okay.
only about 20 minutes, so we might get a couple more in if we get faster.
Yeah. I'm gonna do 2 minor sacrifices. So I'll just weird 2 again. So
Okay.
1 to get rid of possession, and then 1 to get rid of impeded.
It will gain level 1 Shroud. It will not do a minor sacrifice to remove vulnerable. It will use tactical advantage to move through the whispers of the door, which is still locked from the inside, to leave the room.
Credit.
It's forcing us to burn runes to open doors.
The door will have to be unlocked and then opened.
Why do we need to chase it? It's obviously
Yeah.
going to beat us up.
Yeah, this might be a good time to, get armored up.
Oh, go out the window?
There are no windows in this one. They're in a place like this with this type of architecture. Windows are actually very rare.
Yeah, Windows would just lose you heat.
Yeah.
Here's where I wish I had the, teleport spell.
Yep. Is it doing anything else for its upkeep? It gains level 1 Shroud, which I mentioned.
There's a way out of here. Because, yeah, they don't have windows, but the top of the wall is open to get the smoke out. That's how long
That's
houses are
true.
built.
Additionally, I forgot about this, Zen. You can also have countered this if you had a spare rune, if it was physical, if your Void Rune was physical. The first attack action of each round that it does inflicts impeded. So you could have just countered that.
I had spiritual.
Oh, okay. You can minor sacrifice if you want to remove it this round. You have, level 1 impeded from its claw against you.
Okay. Just do that.
All right.
So do we want to go after this thing then?
I don't know what we're supposed to do. It's stupidly strong.
We definitely had a good round last time. It's just
Can
running
I-
that's more
Yeah.
problematic.
Can I make a skill check in combat?
Yes, there's a whole rule. Yeah, yes. The answer is yes, and there is a specific thing. Making a skill check in combat is different than attempting it outside of combat. The Norn may feel that a certain skill takes long to perform, so it depends what you want to do. If it does make sense,
Yeah.
what do you want to do is the first question.
I just want a sense motive to see, is it running away, or is it like wanting us to like try? Is it like tactically retreating, or is it trying to get away now?
Okay. Sense motive makes sense here. You will then move runes from in hand to in play. So you spend part of the runes for this round
Okay.
to do it. Any rune will be one success. One that is the like mental in this case will count as 2 successes, and the exact rune that is bound to a rank in sense motive is 3 successes.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I got sense motive with my L-Has. I did. So that's not happening.
Yep.
But I believe sense motive is what is it? Spiritual or mental? I have both of each.
It will be mental in this case. You're trying to. Well, actually, no. It's a spiritual entity. I think this would actually be spiritual. It's not a normal person.
In that case, I'll spend my void rune and this other spiritual rune to get 4 successes.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Just in case it's like weird.
And so normally sense motive is opposed, which means it could literally play runes this turn to oppose you and try and beat you for successes. I think it will not. It is tactically retreating. It is not running away long term. It definitely, if you just stay in there, it might poke back in a bit. You think a creature like this, though, does have a type of self-preservation instinct, but this isn't that. This is a very minor version of that. It doesn't want to get surrounded by all of you, but it's not out of the fight yet.
Yeah, I'll say it's trying to get a better position. We need to probably block the cracks in the door if we're going to try and sleep.
The creature itself, during upkeep, that's the wrong character. Here we go. Is going to have a conditional action. I will not tell you what it is in this case because you cannot see it.
I mean, do we just spend our runes this round gearing up and getting to the center of the room back to back?
Is this room lit?
Yes, there's likely a dim torch that has gone dark during. It probably is lit, like not lit right now. It's gone dark in the hours that you've been sleeping.
Yeah. So one play, we could be open. Someone else could open the door, and with my 2 runes, I could do my silly microwave charge to try to see if I can do any amount of damage to him.
It would.
I mean,
work,
I
we'd be
can
out of range.
position myself above you and just use my runes to open the door and move out of the
I just
way.
only have 2 runes, and it takes 2 runes to pull off. Any 2 runes, I could pull it off. It's just with the door, that's 3.
Another question I have is, do we have to see, or can we do a range tag through that door?
No, you'd have to see your target if you're doing a thing.
In which case, I have no objection opening the door for you. If battle map-wise, that is reasonable.
Yeah,
I have.
Someone could throw the door open. I could charge it and do some damage, but
Yeah, I only have 1 rune left, so I could put on my armor now, and maybe that'll help.
Now,
put on your shirt.
can Asdis, do you have any range that'll hit it if that door was open? Because you're in line.
The answer to that is I can get ranged by possessing myself, but I don't think it's a good call right now.
Do you have to possess yourself, or can you possess? Is it like only a self possession?
Self-possession allows my cease spells all to have bonuses.
Yep.
I do have
Okay.
something which automatically I can choose to possess myself more or less as I want during my upkeep. I haven't used it yet for some unknown reason.
Hmm.
In this case, because I have one rune of each, it's going to immediately make it so that I have less runes to work with, though. And I don't think we're in a position where that's a good call.
Okay.
Can I open the door from here?
No,
Technically,
it
I
is
don't think so.
currently locked from the inside. You'd have to like undo the latch for one rune, and then open it for the
Okay,
other.
so I need to actually. Can I move here
I mean-
like that?
Can she move through other people, though, is the issue.
You cannot end a movement next to other people.
Or, like, in the
sorry,
same
you cannot end a movement in
hex.
the same hex as other people, and I think you cannot move here because it's more than halfway outside than inside. Sorry.
Yeah, then I think I slide up in the turn order.
Yeah, Runar, you can slide up in the turn order, but that would still put
Yeah.
you under Asdis, just above Wisdom.
I'm thinking contingencies, maybe.
Yeah,
for
if you want
Asdis.
to contingency something, Asdis. You can contingency to move as soon as the door is opened.
Or contingency to do your spell as soon as the door opens.
Yeah,
But she doesn't have
I
the
can't
range
get
unless...
But you can
Yeah.
do
door right
contingency
now.
to move when the door is opened, and then contingency to when I am in range of this thing, hit it. And one contingency will untrigger the other contingency, like it's stack of dominoes.
Hmm.
Though at the moment, I can't reasonably open the door at all. So I'm stuck just gearing up because I can't get to the door.
Well, contingencies you can do for when the door is opened.
Yeah, so because
Can't you?
Runar's gonna open it on his turn and get out of the way, right? Can you because you have 3 runes to play with,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
so he can do that, and then you can set up contingencies that when the door's open to go do your thing.
Yeah. I'm not sure that's most useful at the moment.
Okay. If you want to gear up, that'll still give you focus for future.
Yeah, just let. Do we just want to let Microwave Man go in there and see what happens?
I think Microwave Man is probably the best call here.
Yep.
It's 5 damage. It's 5 damage that cannot be affected by armor.
It's not 5 damage.
It's damage equal to
at
half of
its
their level.
Oh, that's a lot.
Oh,
Then
their level.
The receiver level. Yeah, the receiver's level.
Okay, well that's better. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're stronger than me. This is how we
Microwave
level the playing
Man.
field.
Yeah.
So are we finished with upkeep then?
I think we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not moving my position because I can't
You know
heal these.
1 second.
Just so it's said aloud, I did heal and my shroud went up 1.
The creature will do a second contingency.
Yeah, I just have my 2 vulnerable.
Bring it. If it hits me on a contingency, I can then counter contingency and hit it back. It's fine.
All right.
So
well,
if we're good with upkeep being done, life. There it is. Yeah, if we're good for upkeep being done, I will do 1 contingency here of if it gets in range.
Okay.
And then
Alright.
for my turn, I'm just going to spend the other 2 runes gearing up.
Runar.
unlock door, open door, back away from door.
Okay, the contingency goes off. When the door is opened, it moves away. 5 feet. 5 hexes.
Garbage. Garbage. How could I get there?
Well, you could still microwave yourself, right? And then
I can still do the microwave, but I can only go 5
But it
hexes.
only triggers every time it goes up, so it's more
No,
useful.
it triggers 0 to 1,
Wait a minute.
and then on my upkeep.
yeah.
Doesn't it do 0 to 1, 1 to 2,
No.
2 to 3?
I thought every time you run into an Alka, the intensity goes up. Every time the intensity goes up, it inflicts damage.
Yeah.
Damage is dealt when the intensity increases from 0 to 1, and during upkeep when
Oh.
the intensity is greater than 0.
I see. So they didn't allow the... We misunderstood the previous death charge.
Yeah, we might have. Anyway, this is on... Where's the page? 124 for the aura condition.
Okay. That's correct.
Armor, PF, and defensive actions cannot be applied to reduce that damage.
That's correct.
And it's half their level rounded up.
Yep. Runar, you still have a rune left, I think. It was 2 runes, and you have 3.
I moved.
Oh, you moved. Okay.
Yes.
Wisdom,
Yep.
what do you do?
I booked it because he's
All
going to
right,
start radiating death.
Yeah, I'm gonna start radiating death. So I place I can move 5 hexes, so I chart my course with my void rune. Then I go through them all.
Okay.
I have Aura 4, Shroud 4.
Well, before that happens, I'm checking how contingencies work, because the other contingency triggers on when someone steps through the door. And I'm seeing if that happens here, when you just step through the door, or when your actual move action ends, which is what I'm inclined towards, but I'm double checking.
Yeah, I think it's the end, because with attack actions, you finish the attack before things happen.
Yes.
Mhm.
Here we go. The effect is triggered immediately. That moves into in play. Yeah, it doesn't say, so I think I'll just do it. You move, and then it triggers.
At the end of his movement?
At the end
It
of
has
the
to
movement.
spend half its runes to attack me, because I have Shroud 4.
Okay.
Also,
It has 1 rune left in play.
microwaving, it's not 5, it's 5 squares from you, right?
Yeah, but that's not till my
The Shroud. Okay, it spends the last rune it had to attack you, because I think it's half of the runes it had in hand.
No, it's
That's-
half of its
It's half of total.
Half of essence.
Yep.
Interesting. And you gain Shroud when you do into that.
Yeah, I get Shroud and Aura condition.
But okay, this one is really funky.
Half the individual's destiny.
Yeah, this one's really funky then. Hold on, I need to go check this. Because it would have it technically would have triggered before you stepped through.
Well, but it's a
before
quarter.
you gain Shroud, I mean. It would have triggered here.
But
then
yeah, so it's either at the end of his move or as soon as he would get through the door.
Yes,
but
I'm gonna go check. There's some.
Going to do that, then
The
one of
middle
them would-
ground would be treated as if I was at Shroud 1, as opposed to Shroud 4.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm checking. There is a type of action called interrupt.
Yes.
It does
It
not
works.
say whether or not it is an interrupt for contingency, and that's important
It-
for this.
In interrupt,
that's
it calls out that it's similar to contingency. Those are 2 distinct things.
What does similar to mean in this case?
Meaning that it acts like contingency. It acts like the contingency
Okay.
file.
Then interrupt would happen if it is similar, then it would happen before I think you got Shroud. If you unless you already had Shroud stepping in.
No, Shroud is when I hit the first dot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but assume that you put your first dot right here instead.
I'm
which-
gonna play rules lawyer here. You didn't say the contingency out loud for the enemy. That's a
No,
stated
I
rule.
told you I specifically didn't because you guys couldn't see it.
Oh, you
But
said it.
it's a stated rule. You have to say it out loud.
How?
Contingency, yeah, the stated rule of this will trigger when you do this.
Even though you
don't have
guys
to
can't
say
see
what
the
it
enemy?
triggers.
Because it would work the same if, like, we were on the other side of a door, right?
I don't know.
It's
This-
fiction versus rules here.
The rules assume you can always see the enemy when a contingency is done, I think. Oh. Yes, that's correct.
Contingency.
Okay. It does
Actions
say
that
if the condition
occur-
is met, the effect is triggered immediately.
Okay.
So immediately upon triggering the condition, the contingency goes into play.
So
Okay.
it's
So-
before the shroud.
It's like any trap in D&D. As soon
Yeah.
as you step on the square,
Okay. You are still able to move up there. It is inflicting the impeded condition on you as part of its attack, but that doesn't affect a move you already played. That'll just affect future moves. It is using a spell on you. Soul Chains. The shadowy tendrils, it reaches out again with an arm, and the claws sort of extend like tendrils and try to wrap around you to stop you from getting closer. It's amplifying it, which is not that scary. It deals 4 spiritual damage and level 2 impeded. That does not affect your current move. And that's its whole contingency.
So I get, what are these? Sorry, I'm trying to read all the rules to this game
Okay.
as we go. So I get how much spiritual damage?
4. And
that's nothing. Okay.
that's not a ton. And level 2 impeded, which means you're in the future, for future moves, your movement speed is reduced by half.
Then I have impeded 2, but I can clear that up on upkeep.
Yep. That's its contingency. You have moved. You have now Shroud and level 4 Aura, I think.
Yes.
The level 4 aura goes out to the door.
20 hexes.
Don't go past that door. Whatever you do.
There's just this white glowing figure now.
Well, it does clarify the aura is based on the source, so it's just ash and stars.
So let's also hope no one else is in here sleeping.
Actually, that's the thing. As you stepped over, you see there is one other person dead and slumped here. It looked like another kind of guard, but they weren't on duty. Is that your turn, Wisdom?
Yeah, those are my 2 runes.
How doon?
I put on my armor.
Are you possessed in any way anymore?
I am no longer possessed.
Good.
I did minor sacrifices to remove possessed and my impeded, but I put on my armor for my mental rune because armor smart.
Perfect. On its turn, the creature sees this horrifying star entity, this entity that is surrounded by starlight. There's a picture, Jordan, you might remember what the original form of Midnight. This like humanoid cutout of starlight, of like just stars in the night sky. That's probably what a max level aura of Wisdom might look like to me.
Except ash spinning everywhere
Yeah,
as he walks towards
exactly.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's gonna move back. It's gonna spend its
coward. Face me in combat.
Spending its last rune to move 5 hexes back.
Oh wait, he only had 3 runes in his hand that time. 2 contingencies and then the one that he moved.
And that's the end of its turn. Let's clean up. I think we have time for one more round, if you all agree. Do you think we have time to also do one more round and the end of session questions for Glory?
I think so.
Okay.
I think I'm fine with it. Yep.
I mean,
mine's gonna be pretty quick.
The next round is just like us all moving, right?
Yeah,
basically.
So this creature gains another level of Shroud because it wasn't attacked last round.
It's fine. It can have fun with its shroud.
Yeah, you do not care about mere Shroud.
Can I spend a minor sacrifice to... Oh wait, is anyone else hurt that I can help heal? No. Okay.
No.
Can I spend 2 minor sacrifices to get rid of vulnerable 2?
You cannot. You can only minor sacrifice once per condition, but each condition has a second way to get rid of it. Most of them, at least. For vulnerable, let me check.
Here, I
play any rune during upkeep to reduce intensity by 1. Max of 1 rune per upkeep. So you can play any rune to just reduce it a second time.
Sure. I'll play my Raidho rune to reduce it a second time, and then do a minor sacrifice that goes right back into essence anyway. So I'll just get rid of vulnerable 2.
All right. This creature might... Let me check. It is still vulnerable. I don't think it cares if it's vulnerable right now. It's not going to play a rune or anything.
My
to go with
range
that.
is... What's the range on max level aura?
Remember, Wisdom, did you already got rid of your... Did you get rid of your impeded 2 that you had?
I'm down to impeded 1.
Okay, your movement speed is still halved. I'll check if that's round
Wait,
up
how do
or
I get
down.
rid of the second impeded then?
Impeded.
Probably
Play.
playing
It is still
physical
just.
rune.
It's also play any rune. A lot of these, not all of them, but many of them are just
Then
play any
yes,
rune.
I removed my impeded completely.
Okay, so then you moved the full 5 hexes towards it.
Yeah, and that's on my upkeep though.
And Aura
hold on.
Yes.
is for range.
And then on its upkeep, it will move a further 5 hexes back. It does not want to.
What a coward!
It also has the move. It also has the same movement speed as you, and move once per upkeep. So it is matching your speed.
So
I'm just chasing it, killing everyone around me.
Luckily, there's no one here. Hopefully, that stays to be that remains so.
No, I'm 5.
is your aura's 5 hexes?
The aura, let's
I
check.
thought it was 4.
Or 4 hexes away. Okay.
You just get anywhere around here from it.
I'm just gonna make it emit a circle right now. Hold on. And I need to make it so you guys can see the aura, I think.
I can see
We could
it.
see
No, we can
wisdoms.
see it.
Okay.
Oh.
Because we have control, actually.
Oh, yeah, because you have control over each other's. Yeah, cool.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Don't get with
So-
roughly, because I'm going to count hex by hex, really, within there.
Yeah.
You just gotta get somewhere with it here. That's all you gotta do.
I have 1 rune left. But it doesn't trigger to my upkeep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay.
So where in the upkeep chain, if all the upkeep happens at the end,
Upkeep happens technically at the beginning after you draw new runes.
I mean, everything that happens at upkeep, happens at the same time?
Yeah, it specifically says it's not quite in order. If order matters, I would resolve it in turn order. And you go before
Okay.
it. So if you can lock it down and slow it down somehow, then you can catch up to it and start microwaving it. It's literally 1 hex. If turn order mattered, you'd get within 1 hex of doing that, and then it moved away. So, just
need
a
some-
little bit.
We need some
Hex.
magic.
Let's rip through this next round, because
Yep.
it's that time.
Asdis, what do you do?
Oh, I'm moving up during upkeep, by the way.
Oh, Runar, you're moving closer? Perfect.
Yep.
I'll get rid of the...
Go first.
I'll get rid of these. The alcas have all been taken.
Yeah. Don't end your turn in my aura.
Well, that's fine. My entire turn is coming down here, donning my armor, and grabbing my crap.
Okay. My turn will be moving closer for sure. We'll see if we can find a way around Microwave Man.
This is the
Yeah.
standard power set. This isn't like a special weird one.
Oh, that would be difficult still, actually.
I'm now going to try and figure out if there's any extra interesting actions to actually take better standard, because I can't be in range.
Oh no, we
and,
have this buffer between us that is the microwave, and we can't get closer to
Well,
it
you can
without getting
you can
burned.
step into it as long as you step out.
I just have to make sure you're out by the end of upkeep.
Yeah.
At the end of upkeep, I can readjust myself to
Remember,
try to get you out of the bubble. with
Wisdom
my
will
5
likely
squares.
be running forward, which means you're probably okay for a bit if you're in it.
Oh,
If you're in the
I have
back half, you're good to go.
I have a real bad idea.
In that case, yeah, sure, I'll move 4 more forward and try and get closer.
Yeah, you
towards
just
the-
get buffeted with ash.
I mean, I might want to just run up in that one.
Oh. Don't worry about me. I just thought of a terrible idea.
Anyhow, that's my turn. All 3 of my runes were used to move.
Okay, I just realized I'm checking one of this creature's abilities, but it's not its turn. Runar, what do you do?
I I went before Asdis did. I moved up in the turn order
Oh.
during upkeep.
Yeah.
Yep,
and
let
then
me...
moved down and just grabbed my gear and put it on.
Okay, I will move that in the turn order, but, Wisdom. Sorry, I thought you were saying you were going to do that. I didn't realize that you did it. Wisdom, it's your turn.
Move there.
It's so close.
So
Oh,
close.
wait. But on upkeep, you can move, right?
Yeah, but so can he. So does the Shadow Monster.
Would you
We have
resolve
the-
that in turn order?
No, we
I
have the
think...
same
No.
power.
I think it's at the start of upkeep. Let me check the condition.
it's the same power, so they basically are moving at the same
You-
time.
Yeah.
This is... It's too messy. I don't like it.
Yeah.
You gotta
Like,
try
if
and
there's
cut them
multiple
off.
things going off in upkeep, there needs to be a rhyme or reason to, like,
Yeah.
which resolves
Mhm.
first.
Yeah, we have the exact same power, so we move at the exact same time, and we are exactly 1 hex away from making. Like, we're just running down the hallway at this point.
Yeah. Get back
Except-
here!
I am impeded by walls, and shadow monsters aren't.
Well, I
They're
think
impeded
they,
by doors. You just have to figure out. Oh wait,
they
no,
are
you can
unless they have a special thing.
cut them off if you try to go like this way. Try and get your aura where it's gonna have to
There
go
we go.
through it.
Well, it's that the aura only triggers on upkeep. It's not like a
Mm.
constant. It's a pulse of damage, not a constant damage. So it's not a. It's about getting them there when it pulses.
So what else do you do on this turn?
Well, that's it. I'm out of runes. I don't have any. I spent one of my 2 runes removing the second impeded, and then I
Okay.
spent the other rune to walk.
Okay.
My
Audun.
exciting turns.
Audun, what do you do?
Because I'm in armor, I think I can only move 3 hexes now. So I'm gonna move there. So 3 and then 6. That's the best I could do. I gotta try and run to get microwaved to get faster.
Hmm.
We had it cornered, and it canceled my spell that could have done something to it, and now it's just running away.
Well, you're shrouded. You should be fully shrouded now, right?
Yeah, I'm fully
he's
shrouded,
fully
but-
shrouded.
And Shroud's effect, I can't remember. Shroud affects attacks? Like general or general targeting?
I think it's
Here,
general targeting.
Shroud is
There's camouflage, invisibility.
anyone who wants to target a shrouded individual with an active
Yeah.
power or generic action.
A quarter rounded up. Okay, perfect.
No, it's half. I'm at shroud.
Now
Oh,
it's
half
'cause
rounded
he's
up.
full.
Okay.
I think that it was stated that area of effect doesn't matter, or like area of effect will hit, but
I
not
see.
targeting. Like if you're targeting an area of effect on that person.
Yes. Okay. Audun, you've moved?
Yeah, I spent the rest of my runes to move.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay. Well, let me do some dangerous trickery.
I don't like that you're measuring.
I also have Shroud 3 on, thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's
I'm the only
okay.
one.
It is going to play a ruin to move extra fast into the aura. It turns around on a dime suddenly and launches itself past Wisdom, moving, I think, right to here. Let me double check. Yes, right to here it moves. For 1 rune, it has a furious sprint action, so it moves extra far. Then, it's going to cast a spell. Targeting Audun, using a range tag.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to switch places with you.
That is not terrible. I
There's
get
nothing
real
worse.
good when I'm bloody.
Before it triggers the microwave.
Yep. Dark juxtaposition. So it switches places with an unwilling subject. If you have a spiritual rune, you can counter with it.
Too bad I played all my runes.
And as it switches places with you, do that.
Good.
It will also when it switches places, you see shadows envelop you, Audun, and we see you get swallowed up by shadows, and the shadow that you left behind, the bonfire here is still going. It's low, but it's still going. Like almost becomes 3-dimensional and becomes the creature. Whereas the creature that was here seems to almost have the opposite effect, where it just falls onto the ground and leaving behind you as if you were inside it, as if like Venom from the movie, like you were just inside of the shadow creature.
Mhm.
It switches places with you. Then, I know who it's going for. Guess who's vulnerable right now? It's going to move towards Runar. And
Okay.
that is another action by it. And then it's going to attack you by mauling you in an amplified fashion. Oh boy. Amplified maul is bad. You take 16 spiritual damage.
16.
8
That's
that's then
2
doubled.
runes into death.
It's 2 into drain.
8 that's then doubled is what it is. And
It's two into drain, and then 1 into 1 above death.
Wait, how? It's 16 spiritual?
16 spiritual. Sorry, no. Yes, 16 spiritual damage is correct.
So
Yeah,
8
2 to
8
drain.
took 2 of my runes all the way down. So 16 will take 4 of my runes all the way down, right?
Each
No, it's
rune
2.
should have normally 5 HP against physical damage, but because drain is an extra slot at the end, it's actually 6 HP each against
So-
spiritual.
Yeah, so it pulls. If you have nothing, it pulls 2 into drain, and then 1 into right before death.
Yeah.
Looking at mauling, isn't that physical?
This creature has a passive ability where all physical damage it deals is spiritual, because it's the shadow ghost thing.
Well,
Cool.
that's
It
the end of
has-
my bag.
It has like
So,
6 more.
It takes from what's in play, right?
No, spiritual, that's mental. Mental, you can target a specific thing.
No. What he's out of runes to draw from.
Yes, you take from the lowest pile. So if you're out of essence, then you take from in hand. But if you're already done with that, then you take from in play.
Okay.
You just work your way up.
So drop this guy. And then that guy goes there. That's not happy.
And I'm taking
Well, do you
10
have any
physical
good
damage.
Is that all of your runes in death or below?
That's except for my void, yeah.
Wait. Why is your why'd you move another one to drain?
Because the first hang on.
You should have moved 2 into drain, and then one of the ones in hand should have been to like right here. So you should still have like one.
Well, he
more
already
up
had
there.
some in death, I think. You already did.
Yeah, I had 2 in death already. Or in drain already.
Oh, and then you. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then
you
those
are.
other 2 should go to drain. And then that.
That's
I thought
correct.
you had another
How
one up
much
here.
damage have you taken total?
As it is correct. He is 1 HP from dead right now.
Mhm.
Like
How are
permanently.
we ever supposed to fight these things? It's so.
And the best part is like all of my runes that could heal me are gone.
Yeah.
That's its entire round.
All right, that's the round. Let's
Do I
do
get
the-
cooked for 10 damage?
You get cooked for
No,
damage
you
equal to
roll
half of
damage.
your level, so 5.
But that's at
no, it's
normal aura,
I think it's a quarter. Oh, is it?
right?
let's
Is
check.
it normal aura half your level, and then double damage is your full level?
It might be.
Correct. However,
Okay.
again, he can technically, because it is in any order, use his thing to move out of range with you.
I'm trying to figure out the best place to move.
That's actually true. You can.
But this just cooks both of you.
You could hold on. So you were where? Cook me
I think
first.
I think you were here. I think that's right.
Yeah, you were there. So I would say if you're gonna cook one of us, just cook me.
You want it to be bloodied,
'cause
you said, right?
This is as far away
Yeah.
as I can go, and that puts both of you in
Yeah.
range.
So cook me first, and then move. Because I have more speed when I'm bloodied.
Is that a thing? Is that fine if I
Yeah, just cook me.
wait till after the pulse to run?
Yeah. There's
Yeah, because you
nothing
choose
to-
when it goes off, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I get cooked for 10,
Mhm.
which is going to keep me bloodied even after I heal.
Well, upkeep is at the beginning of the next round,
Oh.
so we didn't want to start the next round yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
So let's
okay.
actually move back and undo that.
Yeah.
Well, just write down a thing to do it next turn. But
Yeah. We'll keep the light on so we know.
Yep.
Cook me.
Okay, so one thing's there. It's not in a good spot. It's
No, it's not good.
Oh,
the death spiral is real.
God, it's everything we fight is like 4 times our level, and they get so many more actions than we do as a collective.
So
As a collective,
Collectively, it
actually,
has.
we do have equal amounts of actions to it.
you actually have more runes per turn than it is what I will say. But the other thing I will say is the book doesn't seem to give me any guidance for how to balance encounters. So I'm kind of trying this going in blind. This is supposed to be very tough. But this is also a measure to me about how tough it is.
Yeah. The balance of finding an encounter that's tough enough, yet not so tough that it's like nigh impossible. Because this is starting to feel nigh impossible when it has 7 runes in a turn and does spirit damage that we can't heal, but it can heal our stuff.
What I
don't
will
think it's
say
healing.
is
One
it's
of those
hurting.
things where it rolls. Like, it's way more strong. It's very strong, but have been getting stronger over the combat here because we now have 2 of us at full shroud and we've got the microwave up.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it healing at all. Not that it's easy to tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if it's
I
we
think because it
basically have
only
to
played
kill
3
it
You have
rounds
to
last
you have to
round.
survive long enough to outlive it.
we
Yeah.
basically have to kill it next round or we lose the bard.
If it keeps attacking the bard.
I don't know if I'd be too upset about that, quite honestly. I'm not thrilled with this character and how it works.
Let's do end of session stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have Indigo go first.
Okay.
I did not meet my oath. I did not brag about the maker of my sword.
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
So
Well, I made this one, so I can brag about myself for this sword, and I can fulfill and work towards my oath.
So the first question is, did you honorably win a significant battle? Not yet. Did you, brag about your deeds, celebrate victory, or make sacrifice to the gods?
Yep.
I bragged about my deeds.
True. So those of you who did, gain 1 glory. You'll just have to mark it on like a text part of the character sheet.
Yeah, I already
scoring
have
notes.
a lot in this text portion.
Did you swear an oath publicly for all nearby to hear?
I did.
Yep. Wisdom,
I mean,
Defined publicly?
yours, like, I don't think that you, Runar, or Wisdom is iffy. You did make the oath, but you didn't specifically, like, do it loudly and, like, arms raised out or things like that.
Yeah, because it's not my thing.
Yep.
This is...
So I don't think you get glory unless you, like, get witnesses, if that makes sense.
Someone heard it.
Someone hearing it is for this specifically not enough. It's all nearby.
Yeah, I'm not taking the XP. I'm just saying someone did hear it.
Yeah. Did you pursue or fully satisfy your oath?
For mine, that's up to you, Spence. Is he satisfied? Like, did he?
What is your oath again?
Because my oath is, Eagle will only hunt this night. I will prevent him from raiding if he attempts to do so.
I would say you fully satisfied it because it was related to this night. So you gain 2 glory because you gain 1 for pursuing it and then another 1 for satisfying it. And then you erase your oath.
Got it.
And then I don't think anyone broke, renounced or forsook their oath.
So for all of us that put before the update for the glory system, put one of our runes on hold so we could level up destiny next time. It'll be 5 to gain 1 destiny for the first one.
Yeah, so they would have 5 glory. because they didn't spend their level.
Yes, you would have 5 spare glory. If you want to level up in the middle of battle, I will allow it if you want that extra essence / XP.
I don't think there's any way any of us got 5 glory in this.
No, but those of you who saved your level have 5 glory.
That if we didn't spend our
Oh.
level on doing Destiny, I'm just clarifying so we don't lose that little bit.
Yes. Spending it in the middle of the session is iffy to me, but spending it, even if you're in the middle of a battle, if it's in between sessions, I'm much more okay with. So if you are desperate for that extra edge when fighting this thing, you could.
I don't have
As
tech,
a
so-
reminder, you can test fate once per session, including in a battle. You can call on your oath, or you can spend a glory to draw an additional rune for that round.
But that's calling your oath if it has anything to do with.
Call on your oath if it's related. Spend glory even if it's not.
Okay.
Cool.
So there are some things you can also do to get the edge. That's it. That's our show. That's
Nice.
this session. I hope it was enjoyable. It's definitely hard to find the balance between impossible and difficult. This creature is stronger than, for example, Aegel. But I think you guys could have pretty easily taken Aegel. I think a lot of it is in not what level they are or what their Destiny Essence is, so much as how they're using it and what specific powers and strategies they use.
Yeah. Because honestly,
And-
if I didn't give it the range to teleport out, it couldn't have.
Yeah.
And the
You're right.
conditions of the fight. I mean, if we had come into this with any of our gear on, we would have been doing a lot more damage with focus and everything else with the spellcasters.
And now you have it.
You know.
So I still think you guys have a strong chance, but it is going to be really tough.
I think we have a strong chance to win. I'm not sure we have a strong chance to save our bones.
I think
As I
there's-
said, I'm cool with it.
And as I
I think
warned,
there's a
some
chance
of
we
you
could
might
save
die.
you.
I'm saying don't.
It's a cap. Please God.
Just
I'm
for-
literally saying don't.
You're
Leave
Send
me to
wisdom in.
die.
You're welcome to make backup characters if you want to. I can make a folder for backup characters.
Well, that's also why I clarified about the glory. Because you spend the glory in new character creation too.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, and the important thing and why you shouldn't fully dedicate to a backup character is you don't know for sure if you're making it into the heavens. Because if your current character dies and makes it into the heavens, you got new options for your next character.
Yep.
Maybe draw runes with the idea of like what character you want to do, and then you place them later.
Well, I think the thing is you spend levels getting new options, so you would draw fewer runes if you spent levels unlocking new options.
Oh, you're right. Mhm.
Should we then?
We can figure it out when we get there.
We will figure it
It'll be
out.
fine.
Yep.
Alright.
We're off. We'll be back next week, I think, with
Yep.
Fate of the Norns, Borg's Saga. Borg is the name of this village. I think they mentioned the other village far more often, Borgar Fjord.
Yeah, soon we'll build a giant cube and we'll house all of the
There it
citizens
is.
within it.
That is how you save everyone.
And we will take over the stars.
The indefensible, the nigh impenetrable steel cube of Borg will be placed upon Iceland.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Is that why they're so hostile? Because they're Vikings. They're just raiding. They're going on raids.
Space. They're techno Vikings.
All right, we're off. Bye.
Right.
We're done. We're done.